I want to talk about your plans for what you and the president call one big, beautiful bill. You had a big win this week in the House. You narrowly passed a key vote for that sweeping budget plan to do a lot of things, including extend tax cuts, slash federal spending, at least give the parameters to do that. When you met with the president and the Senate Majority Leader, John Thune, this week, did you get a sense from the Senate leader that he is going to continue with the plan that you propose? Because there's, as you know, some pushback in the Senate.
Well, there was a little initial pushback just on the strategy, but I'll say this very clearly. There is no daylight between the House Republicans and the Senate Republicans. We all have exactly the same idea and mission, and that is to deliver the America First agenda. The One Big Beautiful Bill is the vehicle to do that. And as Leader Thune has said, and Senator Lindsey Graham, Senator Ted Cruz, and others who were initially in favor of a different strategy, of a two-bill strategy, they acknowledge the importance of the House leading on this, I think. And I believe we're ultimately going to combine forces and get the One Big Beautiful Bill done. I think the effort is to get it done. The idea is to get it done by the end of April and get it to the president's desk for signature, because that will provide much needed relief to the American people, economic relief, stability for business owners and people who have to make decisions going forward. And in that same bill, Dana, will do all sorts of things. Make sure the border is secure. We will get American energy dominance going again. We will reduce red tape and cut down the bureaucracy in this country that the American people want us to do. And again, move one step forward even further in restoring peace through strength. So it's a critical piece of legislation.
You met this past week with Elon Musk for several hours, I believe, on the White House complex. Did you talk to him about when you pass the bill to keep the government running, when at least you hope you will do so, that you will include cuts in that mirror what he is trying to do? Big cuts, in some cases almost eliminating agencies.
Yes, we're going to need a few more weeks, maybe a month or more, to qualify and quantify and then codify what Elon Musk and the DOGE effort is all about, and that is eliminating fraud, waste, and abuse in the government. He genuinely believes they may be able to find as much as $1 trillion, and that is going to make a big difference, obviously, in the budgeting for the federal government and the appropriations process going forward.
Did he show you what he's doing?
For the FY. Yes, he has. He's shown me many of the examples of the outrageous abuses. And I'm telling you, Dana, when the American people understand what has been happening with our taxpayer dollars, that Congress has been unable to discern, even with our best oversight efforts, Elon has been able to crack the code. He's inside the belly of the beast of the bureaucracy, and the algorithms are crawling through the data constantly.
And you are confident that things like 800 employees at NOAA, in the agency that is responsible for making sure that hurricanes at least are not as devastating because people know about it ahead of time, in states like yours of Louisiana, you're confident that those cuts will not end up hurting the American people? They don't go beyond the waste, fraud, and abuse that is understandable that you want to eliminate?
Yes. What you're going to see is a very careful attention paid to ensuring that the essential programs of the federal government, the things that make sense to American taxpayers and that follow common sense, will be sustained and supported and funded, but that the fraud, waste, and abuse will not. Elon himself has acknowledged there's no playbook for what's happening right now. This has never been done before, and that's kind of the point. It's why it's so exciting. He understands that some mistakes will be made along the way, but they'll be immediately corrected. And you've seen that, for example, with USAID. There were enormous abuses there that enraged the American people. But at the Secretary of State under Marco Rubio's leadership, they're going through literally with a line by line on the line items of USAID, and they're giving waivers for the programs that do need to be continued. For example, the things that confront the Chinese aggression around the world. Those are the kinds of efforts you're going to see in every agency of the federal government, and that is a great thing for American taxpayers and for the future of our country.
As we learn more about this, beyond what we're hearing from the federal employees who are getting fired, I would love for you to come back and talk more about it as we get more transparency, which I do hope that we get along with you. Mr. Speaker, thank you for being here.
Thanks so much.